I want to welcome everybody to the Funnel Pro Show. I am your host, Greg Kea. Why roofing companies need to automate lead management. I was interviewing Stephen King 3 years ago. He was telling me, I don't know if I should write this new horror book or if I should write this book on why roofing companies need to automate lead management. But because he didn't do that, I thought I would help him out and do it for him. First things first is the organization and efficiency. If you're using like Acculynx or Job Nimbus or Jobber, these are all great platforms and we love them, but they're not for lead nurturing. They're for production. You need to nurture your leads and your sales elsewhere. Automation is not something that you just add on. Automation is a game plan. What are you going to automate? What are you going to say? How are you going to say it? Where? What platform are you going to say it on? How often are you going to say it? The automation tools is not the hard part. Any software developer can come up with some sort of ClickFunnels or Go High Level, but that's not the hard part. No, the hard part is forming the loop and knowing how that loop functions, making sure that each of the automations are in the right place, saying the right thing in a way that actually gets replies. This is really kind of what we solve. What about the human emotion? Human emotion is huge. Yesterday, I was cranky. Anybody that wrote me, I was like, F this guy. F you. I'm in a bad mood and I'm going to write back something, and no matter what I write, it's going to sound like I'm in a bad mood. It's going to sound less better, aka worse, than it would if I were in a great mood. What it has to do with automation is you can take away all of those really kind of annoying sentences that you wish you never said, and then like all of your sales team too. You can just kind of make sure that all of the human emotion is kind of detached from your automation. It should always feel like you're in a good mood to whoever's receiving it. Consistent lead follow-up. The only way that I was ever able to finally get something off the ground is when I stuck to something. My early entrepreneurial life was me trying out ideas and then moving to the next thing if they didn't work. The only thing is I only gave everything like 90 days. It then dawned on me when I became an adult that anything will get better if I don't stop doing it. If I stay consistent and I keep doing it, I will consistently get better and better and better and better. This is the same exact thing with nurturing your leads. If you stay consistent, you have a better and better shot of getting their business. The idea here, consistency always wins, no matter what it is. Now you got your sales leakage prevention. There are sales all over your CRM right now. You have so much money that has not entered your bank account. The reason is because it is almost impossible to efficiently follow up manually throughout the entire year with thousands of people. There's a lot that you can automate. If you automate it, the chances are your sales team will appreciate that. It'll make their lives easier, and therefore it'll make it easier to recruit new salespeople if their life is easier and if their job is better. Back in the day, marketing and sales were like separate, but now they're the same. Let's go here to speed to lead. So speed to lead, which is the most annoying rhyme that I've heard in a while. Sure, when somebody comes in, you want to get to them as soon as possible, but they're not the only people you want to get to as soon as possible. You also want to follow up on those estimate replies. Speed to lead is there too. Somebody replies about an estimate, you got to strike right away. Same with annual nurturing. You're nurturing somebody throughout the year, they reply, you got to get to them right away because that's the whole point. So speed to lead is everywhere. It needs to be there no matter what pipeline stage they're in, essentially. Nurturing cold or long-term leads. Let's say you have a list of 100,000 people that you bought. If you send them all a text message, let's say today, how many of those people are you going to convert? Mostly none. What if you send them a text today and tomorrow? How many are you going to convert? What about today, tomorrow, and a week from today? How many are you going to convert? What about a text today, an email tomorrow, a text after that, a ringless voicemail in a week, and 2 emails next month? How many people are you going to convert then? What about 2 touch points every single month over the course of the next 2 years? How many people are you going to convert out of that 100,000 people there? You see my point here? There's no losing here. The longer you nurture, the more business you get. If you nurture them for long enough, they will convert. Let's go to data collection and reporting, number 7. Yeah, you want to basically see what's happening in your pipeline, in your funnel. Where's the money coming from? Where are the appointments coming from? Where are the appointments coming from that are turning into money? Where are the appointments coming in that are kind of going nowhere? Your automation system, while it's not going to be perfect, is going to give you much better insight into where everything is coming, which team member is closing the most, which lead source is working the best. All of these things are much easier to see in your automation system than in your project management software. Scalability. How do you handle 20 leads a day with 3 people? What about if you have 50? Can you do that with the same amount of people? No, of course not. You got to hire more people. What about 100 leads a day? You got to hire more people. What about 200 leads a day? You got to hire more people. Automation can actually save you from hiring more people because it can sift through all of those leads. I mean, just because you're getting more influx doesn't mean that you need to keep expanding the business. It actually just may mean that you need a better automation system. Personalized customer experience is something that I think people have a hard time getting when they are talking to like a bot or something like that. Having your bot or your automation system be able to pass leads off to somebody that they can actually talk to in a fluid manner is also really important. You don't want to get rid of that. If you get rid of that, you become like Facebook or Meta. There's clearly no reason to annoy people by making it so that they cannot talk to somebody. You want to make sure that you can switch from automated to manual easily. Savings for the sales teams, I think, is huge. When you're hiring salespeople, they may be really good at performing a demo or closing, but maybe really bad at following up. This system solves that problem completely. It makes it much easier to get more sales, but it also makes it much easier to recruit new salespeople. And the last thing, competitive advantage is huge. We are constantly trying to maintain our competitive advantage because it's hard. Everyone is trying to have that competitive advantage. You can't build like a super robust automation system all at once. You have to get the bare bones first, and then you can slowly build it out over time. And then as new technology comes in, you can kind of layer that over. Not every system is going to be the same. You're going to want one that works specifically for your business. And then you're going to want to continuously keep that growing, and you want to keep it a secret too. You don't want people to know exactly how you're doing it. So that is why it is so important to actually have automation in your roofing business. And if you think I left anything out, just comment or send us an email, or I don't know. I don't think I left anything out. Hope you found that useful. I guess we say goodbye. I guess there's nothing more for me to say. I'm really going to miss you. I just want to say goodbye, and I want to thank you for watching. Ta-ta.